Welcome back to our channel, a home where talent abounds. Today we are going to be making a portable shoulder bag, a crossbody bag, and we'll be using this lovely material for this project. All we'll be needing is two of these 8 inches by 6.1 inch, 8 inches by 6.1 inches. Then the small one we'll cut out for the front pocket is 5.5 by 4.5 inches. You'll also be needing a zip cloth, a zip teeth, 2 zip teeth for this project, one square ring, and one adjuster. At the same time, we'll also be using a piping cord. This is a cord. Then a 60 inches belt, 60 inches belt for the handle. In getting started, the first thing we are going to do is to pick the smaller part we are to use for the front pocket. Then get our tape. With the help of a pen, we are to measure around the material is to rest on. See the way it is to rest on. So divide it into two. One will serve for the zip part, while the other one will stand as the pocket properly. So the first thing we are going to do is to pick the small side. Just come down by, you can even do it by sight imagination. Put a slant line this way. When you put a slant line this way, then from that slant line you will measure 0.5 inches. Okay, we'll be using 0.25 on both sides. 0.25 left, 0.25 right. 0.25 left, 0.25 right. 0.25 left, 0.25 right. Then at the down also 0.25 left, 0.25 right. So you see how it is. Now we are to get 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll be needing our razor to give. When you get this mark, you put a small arrow this way in order to have a good finish of the side. Same thing on this side. Then use your razor to put a sharp cut in the middle of the line you've drawn. After putting the line, you can now slot your scissors in between and cut. By the time you get to where you put the V mark, you still follow it that way. You put your V this way. Repeat same to the other end. This way. So we have something like this. When we get to this place, you just push it in this way. You push it in this way. So with this now, you get your zip cloth. Fix your zip teeth in between the zip cloth. Put your zip teeth in between this way. Then place it on the material under it. From the underside, you place it this way. So you are just to place it rightly. Push in this material you cut open and sew around. Still push this side, the end in. Then fold in this other side likewise. Be careful not to jam your zip teeth. Flip it on the other side before you are done working with. This is another way of fixing an in pocket. With this, you trim off the excess you have on your zip cloth. This is a pocket now. Do is to fold it over this way into 2 equals and notch the midpoints. You notch the midpoint. Cut a small part of the same material. It can just be 1 inch by 2 inches. So you get a small portion of that same material. Place it over the notched midpoint. Get your cord and place it this way. Flip it over so that you use it to sew it round. You use the cord to sew it round. You sew needing your machine oil at this point, because at times, not even at times, most times this cord is always hard. It's a machine oil. Make sure you try following the curves. When you approach the starting point of the cord, you cut it, then fix it this way to meet the other cord you started with. Still flip it over this way. Setting for the cord to meet the starting cord. and sew through. Cut it out. You see how it looks. You see how lovely it looks. The same thing I've done with the cord on this one is what I will do on this, and I'll also do it on this. I will do this off camera, then show it to you. You see now we'll fix the cord. All of it now is carrying the cord. So we'll now pick our 13 by 3 inches. Pick our 13 by 3 inches. Divide it into 2. So divide it into 2. And fix your zip in between the right side and sew it down. Sew it down this way. Cut off the excess zip cloth. Flip it over and top stitch on it. You repeat same on the other side. You flip it over and top stitch on it. Having done this, you fix your zip tip on it. See this one? You pick your first square ring, cut about 1.5 inch of the belt, fix it in between the belt, so it place it at the middle this way. Okay. This one does not need it. And sew it down. If you have watched to the end, there is need for you to watch the part B of this same clip. We have to divide it into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2, because of its length. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for stopping by.